Welcome, seniors. Welcome, class of 2021. You guys have had a crazy year, and we are going to lay out all the information that you need about graduation and senior checkout today. Very, very excited for you. And folks aren't quite all here yet. We're still going to be taking attendance in advisory. So we'll wait a couple minutes before we get started, but there are some folks here that I'm going to be speaking to you today. Mr. Alvarez is here to talk to you, as well as Miss Ortel, and we're going to be sending them live in just a second. So thank you for being here. The Q&A is open. You can drop your questions in the Q&A, and we'll answer them as they come up. We are going to wait another minute or two before we get started here, so that folks who are checking in with their advisors have a chance to get in here before we really get started. But thank you so much for being here. So excited for you. No class deserves to be celebrated more than you do for what you guys have gone through, and the finish line is in sight. So thanks for waiting. We'll be getting started here momentarily.
Good morning, class of 2021. We still got, I know we're getting more attendees here. We are going to wait a few more minutes, maybe another minute or so, see how many more students we could get on here, okay? So thank you for your patience, and we'll start in just a minute. All right. Looks like we got a healthy number of attendees. Thank you all for joining. All right, class of 2021, if there are other students that will join us, be aware we are recording today's presentation, so you will be able to view this later on. Okay, so first of all, welcome, class of 2021, and congratulations. You know, this has been a tough year, and you all have shown your hard work and dedication to get to graduation, and we're excited for you. Okay, this is our first ever virtual senior assembly, so you're already setting new trends, class of 2021. All right, in today's presentation, we're going to discuss several topics: graduation requirements, the emergency waiver for those of you who have heard about it and may benefit from it, the senior timeline, graduation celebration, and our senior survey. All right, please use a chat feature. Let me see here. All right, my presentation there we go. Sorry about that delay, but please use the chat feature here to type up any questions you may have for the school staff. Mr. Linehan and Ms. Ortel will be answering those questions. As we get those questions, we try to respond as quickly as possible. Please do not retype your question. We will get to your question. We will continue to answer questions after the presentation, and we will send a response to you. All right, but yes, we will answer any questions you have. If it's something more specific about your individual situation, you can always email your counselor after our presentation today. All right, so real quick, let's talk about our graduation requirements for the class of 2021. Okay, the number of credits required to graduate continue to be 24 credits. That has not changed. We still have to complete Washington State history, and we have to pass Washington State history. If you're currently working in the Washington State history class, continue working hard and get that done by the deadline. And we'll discuss that deadline here later in our presentation. High school and beyond plan also continues to be a requirement. That does have to get completed as well. All right, the graduation pathway. So the graduation pathway, in short, it represents a student's career and college readiness. All right, there are several pathways that are available to the class of 2021. The graduation pathway most students will have is going to be passing the SBA Math and English. If you're eligible for another pathway through the CTE course sequence or something, or one of the other pathways, your counselor would have notified you at the beginning of semester, during semester 1. If you're unsure, feel free to email your counselor with any questions you have about graduation pathway or the SBA. Okay. Now, what about the waiver? I know some of you have some questions about the waiver or have heard about the waiver. So today we're going to discuss some general information about the waiver, and as I've mentioned, if you have any questions about your specific circumstances, your specific situations, it's best to email your counselor, set up a meeting with them, and ask your counselor how this waiver applies to you and if you will benefit from it. Okay. Now, as you can see in this slide, it is the waiver are emergency rules to help our class of 2021 reach graduation requirements because of the impact of the pandemic. Okay, now some important things to know about this graduation waiver is that all students that will benefit from it will work with their counselor to see how it would apply to their current situation. Okay, in order for you to be eligible for the graduation pathway, you do have to demonstrate good faith effort. Now, that is a very broad statement, but essentially it means that the student continue to work towards meeting all the graduation requirements. It means the student must continue attending classes daily, completing and submitting all schoolwork, and communicating with the school staff if they are unable to complete their requirements for graduation. That could be your teachers, your counselors, your administrators. Okay. That waiver can be applied to 1, 2, 3, or 4 credits. Your counselor will know how to apply this waiver to your credits based on your needs. Okay, now, if you've received any emails from your counselor about the waiver, or if you have any questions about the waiver, we will communicate with you through your KM email only. It's important that you review your KM email every day. If you are eligible for this waiver, you may have already received some information from your counselor. If you have not received any information from your counselor and you're curious if this is a waiver that you need to consider for graduation, feel free to email your counselor. Okay, and give your counselor a few days to reply, okay? But if you are eligible for it, you probably have already gotten some information from your counselor. As we mentioned, the light is for graduation is close by. We're almost there. We're not there yet. All right, so I want to stress that it's important to continue doing your work. You continue attending class. You still need to pass all your classes. Even if the graduation waiver does apply to you and you benefit from it, you still need to attempt to pass all your current classes. One major reason for that is that if you are a student who will be entering any college or technical school at the end of, at the beginning of fall next year, your grades will still be taken into account for admissions, and colleges may decline acceptances based on grades. Okay, so it's very important that waiver is to help you graduate high school. If it applies to you, how it impacts your college admissions varies, and again, it's something you can discuss with your counselor. So what's left? What do we have left to do at KM? All right, what do seniors have to do? Well, this slide here is a very important slide for you to have. If you have your phone, I'm going to leave this on here for a while, and you want to take a picture of it so that you can have access to these dates, feel free to do so. Okay. Now, it is our recommendation that students place these due dates on a calendar in your phone and with the reminder alert for what you have to complete by those dates. As you look at this timeline, this is your senior timeline. This tells you when you have to complete your credit recovery classes to be for graduation, and your Washington State history class has to be completed no later than June 1st. Your high school and beyond plan and my school data has to be completed by May 15th, which is just a few weeks away. All right. Our senior awards night, it will be June 9th. And your finals and for grades and will be on June 9th. June 14th. Apologize. Your finals will be June 14th and 15th. We will know if you're passing the class or not. Okay. And then on June 15th, you will turn in your laptop. So everything must be completed on or before June 15th. Very important to remember that date. Now, as we look at this slide here, you will see that we have 2 dates that are tentative, June 16th and June 18th. Essentially, that means that these dates can change with little notice. Any notice will go to your email. We as a staff at KM will try to keep these dates so that everybody has them right now. However, if they have to change and if it's something out of our control as staff, we will notify you as soon as we can. Now, graduation rehearsal is scheduled for June 17th. And the celebration is scheduled for June 18th. Again, if it has to change to a later date, we will notify you as soon as we can. The school will notify you. We will notify you through email, through your KM email. All right, so please note these important dates. Okay. Now, what do we have left to do before the school year ends? We have the senior timeline, but one of the things we have to do, yes, graduation celebration, we will discuss here in just a moment. But for those students who will be entering college in the fall, there's a couple things you also have to complete here pretty soon, and things you want to get done before you go to college in the fall. Okay, again, check your email regularly for any announcements from your college. All right, now, ideally, you would have used an email account that's not your KM email to receive notifications from your college. So if you're currently using your KM email to get notifications from the college that you plan to attend in the fall, I recommend going back and changing that to a different email account, as your KM email will only be active until, I believe, mid-July. And you don't want to miss important information. Okay. If there's any follow-up paperwork that's required from your college, it should be completed, especially if you need any assistance from your counselors or teachers on that. Now, if you're not sure, reach out to the college you're attending, reach out to the admissions office, or if you have an assigned advisor, reach out to them and ask about the status of your application or any information that you may need to submit. All right. Now, FAFSA and WAFSA, even though you might have already completed it, you may have added an additional college that you wanted to attend. If that's the case, go back, review your FAFSA or your WAFSA, and go ahead and include that college. If you have not completed your FAFSA or your WAFSA, you still can get started. If you need assistance, contact your counselor. We will help you. All right, it is not too late. I repeat, it is not too late to apply for any of the colleges. It's not too late to start your FAFSA or your WAFSA. Okay, you have time, but time is running short with all the other things you have going on. Okay, all right. Now, and if your college offers any orientation sessions or requires any visitations, contact them and get those scheduled so that they are done and complete by the time you are ready for summer break. All right. Additionally, if you're a student who has the college-bound scholarship, you need to contact the Washington State Achievement Council or go to their website at Ready Set Grad and update your information so you could get an email or a call with your college match. Yeah. And if you're going to be living on campus at your college, if that's your plan, look at the requirements. Some may have changed over the last year, especially due to the pandemic, and see whether or not there is any additional information you'll need for housing options. Okay. All right. Finally, what we all want to hear about, what everyone's here to hear about, is graduation. Yes, KM will have a graduation celebration. We will have a class of 2021 graduation celebration for everyone. If you are a member of the class of 2021, you are eligible to participate. Now, notice I said we're having a graduation celebration for all members. That means that you are eligible to participate in what we currently have planned, which is, as you can read here in the slide, it's going to allow for you to have a stage to walk up to, photo opportunities with your family, receive your receive the diploma holder. Now, the slight difference here is that this is a celebration. You do not have, if you are a student who is not, that may not graduate, may need to attend summer school, you can still participate in the celebration. If you are eligible to receive your diploma and you've met all your high school graduation requirements, you will receive your diploma in July as scheduled. If you have additional work to get done, then you can still participate in the celebration and complete that work either in the in summer school or other options that we have. But we want you to participate. We want to be clear. If you are a member of the class of 2021, you can participate in this graduation celebration. Now, participating in the celebration does not mean you've completed all your graduation requirements. If you have questions about that, please email your counselor. If you have any questions about whether or not you've met all your graduation requirements or if you're on track, please email your counselor. Again, allow them some time to respond so that we can get you the correct information and you can make the plans with your family and loved ones to attend this celebration. All right. Now, additionally, in terms of the graduation celebration, this will not be a drop-in event. We will send you later, we'll send you more details, but we will send to your KM email a link for you to schedule what time you will arrive the day of the celebration. Okay, so please check your emails daily. I recommend checking your email daily from here until then so you do not miss something important. All right, and those bookings or those appointments, excuse, will be booked through the bookings link, and it is first come, first serve. Okay. All right, now, inevitably, some of you might be thinking, well, how do I get my cap and gown? I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I waited. That's fine. Here's the contact information to Jostens. This is our representative for KM. This is his phone number and his email. Reach out to them as soon as you can. The sooner you reach out to the representative, the sooner you'll be able to get information on how to get things sent to you and how to pick them up. Now, senior survey. You will get the link to the senior survey in the chat. It should, if it's not in there now, give it a moment and you should be able to get it. Please, everyone, please, that is in attendance. We are asking if you will complete these surveys for us. It's very important information for us. And for your counselors and your teachers to look at. There's no right or wrong answer. We just want to know how our class of 2021 is performing, and this information is very helpful for us. So we appreciate it if you would complete that today, after today's presentation and before advisory class is over. Now, this is the conclusion of our presentation. We appreciate you attending with us today. And again, this is recorded, so you will be able to watch this at a later time. We will post it on our website, on the KM's website. Now, if you have any questions, please type them in the question and answer section or in the chat, and we will be answering those questions after our presentation is over. And finally, congratulations, class of 2021, for making it this far. Keep working hard. The hardest part is behind you, and we're all proud of you. Thank you. Mr. Linehan, are we still live? Can we end the live event so we could answer the questions?